Well, you thought last year's Seattle defense was scary. Nuh-uh. You haven't seen nothing yet. And I'm going to explain why here in just a second. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this season. I really am, especially for that soon to be elite defense. I really hope it's going to be good. And I'll explain why here in just a moment.
Let's talk football.
Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, I'm going to be explaining why I believe the Seattle defense is way better than last year. So last season, they ranked 14th in total defense, only behind the Commanders, Steelers, and Chargers, and then also the Niners at number 8. But in passing defense, they ranked 11th in that category. The Russian defense was where they kind of actually did really good, way better than the Niners did. They ranked 16th. That's 2 spots ahead of the Niners, and only behind the Falcons, Chargers, Raiders, Bills, and Texans. Scoring defense, they ranked 11th, only ahead of the 12th best team, the Bills. And then also along on top of that, red zone defense, they ranked 9th in the league. And then not only that, third down defense, they ranked 10th in the league. All of those are inside of the top 15. This defense, I believe, got a whole lot scarier this offseason because I'm going to explain why in just a second. Before we get started, though, if you guys do enjoy this video, please share it with your favorites, smash the like button down below, subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's get this party started. The Seattle defense, I do believe it got a whole lot better because let me explain. We saw with Leonard Williams halfway through last season. We saw that our defense was actually really good. We saw Rice Knight actually perform well through the season. Ernest Jones was amazing. We still got Boyd Mafe. We still got Roland. We got Kobe Bryant, Julian Love, Josh Jobe, and Devin Witherspoon. And on top of that, you add Nick Amamware to the safety position. I mean, I thought Rashawn Jenkins was good enough. No, Nick Amamware is a whole lot better because do you know who he was compared to? Former Seahawks legend Cam Chancellor of the Legion of Boom. But I'm not going to call them the Legion of Boom 2.0. I've got a new name for them. And that name is the Legion of Doom. That's what it is.
I am the Dominator. I am the Destroyer. I am Megatron.
Because not only did they not Nick Amamware, they still got Byron Murphy II, who I believe will progress better this year. You still got Mike Morris. You still got Derek Hall. You still got a lot of pieces, including AJ Finley. And then other notable outside the box signings, including Zy Alexander and Jared Ivey. And they were undrafted free agents. So I'm wondering, can this defense challenge for the NFC West?
Hi, Dozer. Leave me alone.
I'm kind of wondering that because let's look at their third stringers. General Ozu, I still don't trust him because he never stay healthy, but you got a good guy that can mentor Derek Hall or Boye Mafe really well. Leonard Williams, correction, Demarcus Lawrence. He's a perfect mentor to Derek Hall and the others. And then not only that, you bring back Josh Jobe. This man was outstanding last year. And not only that, you still got Devin Witherspoon, Nehemiah Parchett, who did very little for the defense last year, but hopefully he can progress this year. And then you add Nick and Momware. I mean, that man I had going to the Bills in the first round. But I did not expect the Seahawks to trade up to the 35th pick to pick him up. And then you add also another good rotational piece, Wiley Mills. And then not only that, your offensive line is stacked. I mean, I still believe Marcus Valdez-Scantling is kind of like a slot receiver. I like the addition of Troy Horton and Ricky White. I still like JSN and Cooper Kupp. And then you get two good return guys in Steven Sims and River Craycraft. This defense, and then not only that, you got a steal at running back. And I do believe this man could honestly fight for a third string running back position ahead of Kenny McIntosh. Damian Martinez from Florida, the same guy that had played with the number one overall pick in last year's college football season. But I do believe the Seahawks can finish in second place again because we know this. Anytime you doubt the Seahawks, look back at when they first traded away Geno Smith. Everybody, and I mean everyone, expected us to have an under 500 record. Look at what we did. 9-8 before we eventually lost to the Niners, but we would beat them a few years later. Then we would go 9-8 again. And then last year, you went 10-7. But Sam Darnold, I mean, I'm still not entirely sold on that man. I do like the addition of Drew Lock because he beat the Eagles during his time in Seattle. And not only that, you still got a lot of great pieces. Steven Sims, who's going to be one of the key returners, Kenny McIntosh, and also Troy Horton and Ricky White are going to be on the special teams too. So all I'm saying is, don't be surprised if you see this defense rank in the top 15 or heck, maybe even the top 10 because they got a steal at safety. I did not even expect them to get a Nick Momware. I was expecting them to go to the Bills. But you bring him in to pair up with an already dangerous defense that was almost top 15 in every category last year. You still got Boye Mafe, who is a stud. You still got Derek Hall, who was the second leading sacker on the team. And Leonard Williams, who had an amazing second half of the year. And then on top of it all, you bring in Jared Ivey from Ole Miss. I mean, I was expecting this game guy to be drafted in the second or third round, but to have him fall to undrafted and come to the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, if I'm any fan in the NFC West right now, I'm kind of shaking my boots right now because look at what they did last year. They split the series with the Rams, of course. The last game they had their backups in, but then you look at the Cardinals. I'm not sold on them. Until they beat Seattle, I will not be sold on them until that happens. And then on top of it all, you split with the Niners last year. I mean, I know Nick Bosa was hurt. I know that. But now you got an even scarier defense than you already had before. I mean, if I'm the Niners right now, I am shaking in my boots right now. Because not only that, the the Niners, they had a D according to PFF. And guess who had an A? This team, the Seattle Seahawks.
But the key difference between you and me? My body can feel pain.
Then they drafted a few key defensive players I like. Nick Amaware, who is one of them. And you also got Riley Mills from Notre Dame. I mean, they were playing in the national championship game last year. And then you bring in not one, but two tackles. Bryce Caladu and Gray, Zabel. I love those picks. I kind of like them because not only does it make your offensive line better, but your defense is way better than before. And you thought last year's defense was scary. Nuh-uh. This year's defense is going to be the most feared defense in the National Football League. And also, I want to take this time to make a quick announcement. I am going to revisit my predictions on my divisions. I'm going to do that because the schedule hasn't been released yet, so I am going to revisit that. But I still have the Seahawks coming in second because the Seahawks, you can doubt them all you want. You can do that. But you know what they're primarily built under? An underdog mentality. Look at what they did last year. Everybody had expected them to go under 500, including except for me. I knew that Seattle was going to find a way to get over 500 because it's who they are. The Seahawks are a team that can get you over 500 on any given Sunday, Saturday, Monday, or Tuesday. Correction, Thursday or Wednesday. This is a team in the Seattle Seahawks that went 10-7 last year, and I know they lost to the Giants, but hey, they just got Abdul Carter and former Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually competed for a playoff spot because, Abdul Carter, that man is outstanding. I love what he's going to do with the Giants. And then you bring in the man who was a diamond in the rough, Cam Scatterboo. Do you remember who I'm talking about? The same guy that almost beat the Texas Longhorns last year. But I'm telling you all this right now. If the Hawks can perform the way they know how, they can be the scariest defense in the league. Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm also joined by my puppy Sarabi. She was barking in the background behind me a few seconds ago. And just to note, I'm not taking any shot at Arizona. I love the pick of Walter Nolan and Will Johnson. And then they also got Cody Simon, who I believe is a steal, and also Denzel Burke. Well, I still need to see the cards against Seattle. This is the same team that lost 7 straight against Seattle last year, and also the year before that, and the year before that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor, smash like button down below, subscribe if you haven't already. Till next time, I'll catch you all in the next one. Ciao for now.